Oh yeah,
Hello,
oh yeah.
hello.
Eji Ogbe first light. Eji Ogbe first light.
Welcome.
Ah.
We're talking about
Oh yeah,
astrology
oh yeah, oh
and we'll
yeah.
do a little oracle reading. But first, we dance
Eji Ogbe first
or
light.
listen.
Eji Ogbe first light.
Enjoy this music, sister.
Hey. Whoa,
Eji
it's
Ogbe
time
is the name
for
of it.
daylight. It's time for new beginnings. Eji Ogbe is here. Time to get clear. Bring the energy, it's time to grow. Open yourself to wisdom. You don't yet know Eji Ogbe is here. Time to get clear. Bring the energy, it's time to grow. Open yourself to wisdom. You don't yet know Eji Ogbe is here.
Gonna talk a little
Time to
astrology.
get clear. Eji Ogbe the supporting.
Keep taking this beautiful music.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Eji Ogbe the first light. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Eji Ogbe the father of Odu. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right.
Eji Ogbe the divine mirror.
I will take this down.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Eji Ogbe the
Hello, hello.
expansion
How are
of
you,
light to culture.
goddesses? I am Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend, and I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. What does that mean? That means that we are using things like astrology, we're using different healing tools to support us in our lives. This has been stripped from us. The divine feminine way has been forgotten, and we're here to remember it. And we don't live life by happenstance. No, we are guided through our inner goddess, through our Ori, and through the oracles, the stars. And I just want to share what I am getting from the stars this week. Today is January the 26th in the year of our mother. 2026. So, how are you today? I want to acknowledge that I know for a lot of people, the perception of the way things are in the world right now is hard. It's real hard. And so I'm just giving you a big hug. I feel the hardness. And when I shared the wisdom from last week, I had mentioned that this could be a rough time. This can be a really rough time, and we're not even out of it. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about why it's difficult, but it doesn't matter if you know astrology, don't know astrology. There's a lot of things happening right now that in the collective it can be scary. I do feel that not feel my position is that there is an explanation for it. There's a deeper meaning. Um, and so I just hope that you are able to find ways to get yourself grounded, feel safe. I hope that you have electricity, you have warmth if you're in one of those states that has all of the snow. I'm here in Tennessee, so it's rough for people who are struggling with this weather. And yeah, just in general, it's a lot of loss happening right now. So I just have to take this time to make sure I acknowledge what's going on. And so, yeah, mwah, sending you so much love. Okay. So, the first thing I want to do is talk about the astrology. Like I said, for this week, we will be, oh, I know what I did wrong with this one. We will be talking about astrology for January 26th through February the 1st. Interestingly, there's not a lot going on. Let me share this little calendar that I always like to share. Okay, so as you can see, um, we have Neptune in Aquarius in Aries today, and hallelujah. And I'm sure I will complain at some point about Neptune being in Aries, but let me tell you, I just need Neptune off of that 29th degree of Pisces. It's been there for the entire time it retrograded into Pisces. I want to say it's been there maybe on the 29th degree since October, November of 25. I could not be happier that Neptune has gotten off that 29th degree. Let me tell you, Pisces is a little bit of a sign of, yeah, anything goes, okay? A lot of times the way I was explaining it in 2025, a little bit of 24 is we don't know fact from fiction, okay? And so it's also a sign of loss. Things get dissolved. And whenever a planet is on the 29th degree of any sign, there can be chaos. There can be karma. There can be so many different things that happen that will be unexpected. And I'm not going to say it's all bad, but it's planets like Mars. To me, I track Mars on that 29th degree, and I do not want to feel like I'm speaking things into existence. There have been times when I didn't say anything and something happened. That 29th degree with planets like Mars, Neptune, Saturn, Pluto. Pluto was on the 29th degree of Capricorn when we had the November 2024 elections. And I remember being so conflicted about that Pluto being on that 29th degree. I was like, this can't be good, even though I did my best to try to believe it could still work out. But yeah, the 29th degree, we have to accept it, we have to receive it. But Neptune moving into Aries is epic for a number of reasons. It's kicking off a whole new generation. Um, and so, yay, yay. Um, it's going to bring about a whole new beginning because Aries is about new beginnings. It's bringing about an entirely new generation of humans. There have been a few babies that were born when Neptune was in Aries for a short time in 2025. Um, but now we get a whole new generation of babies with Neptune in Aries, and that will begin to define them. Neptune is a sign that has to do with spirituality, divinity, miracles, creativity. This generation that will be born will be highly creative. To a certain degree, they may be spiritual, but Aries is to me not a sign of spirituality. It's more of like spirituality through action. And it's a very innovative sign, but I think that these new babies that are born will bring about creativity and um, but it'll be in a very innovative way. It'll be in a new way. And yeah, so it's a very active energy. Aries is very active. And so Neptune in Aries, it's combining things that actually are etheric. It's this intuition and this compassion, but it wants action. Okay. So yay, 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 new generation of children, and they will have their own. We're gonna have to get used to them. You know, the Gen Xers, maybe some of the millennials are birthing these babies. Y'all were born for such a time as this. Congratulations. Because they also have Pluto and Aquarius. These will be some highly evolved children. And with this, I'm just gonna say it the way I'm thinking it. With as bad as the world looks to us right now, they are going to bring about a better world, okay? Now, that 29th degree of Pisces is, to me, the main reason to be happy that Neptune is gone. If y'all just think about how much has gone down since October, and then just these last few days of Neptune being in Pisces, the things that I've been hearing, one of my teachers, we got word, one of my professors from college, we got word that she transitioned. I didn't even know she was still teaching at Spelman College. So it has been, I want to say everything that's happening in Minnesota, everything that we saw happening in Minnesota, you cannot tell me that it didn't have something to do. It's one planet doesn't, dictate everything, but you can't tell me it didn't have something to do. That Neptune is a sacrificial energy because Pisces is a sacrificial energy and it was in Pisces at that time. So it's one of the reasons I'm saying that is because I will stand by what I say. Astrology dictates nothing. However, we get to play it out. And if we play it out on a higher level, it will manifest at a higher level. Because some of y'all out there, or this time right here, right now, your lips are zipped because you're like, I'm living my best life. Life hasn't been better for me. And that's not to say that if people are experiencing rough times that we're, playing it out on a lower level. I'm just saying that the collective, let me speak more about the collective. If the collective is playing this out on a higher level, we're going to get some higher level stuff. If the collective is playing this out on a lower level, we're going to get some lower level stuff. If we're all over the place, we're going to get it all over the place. Okay? So, astrology doesn't dictate anything, but I always find peace when I look at astrology and I'm like, okay, I don't even have to know because I told y'all last week, this is going to be a rough time. I don't even have to know what is going to happen. Okay, Mars went into Aquarius. Thank the goddess. Mars went into the Aquarius on the 23rd. That was another one because Mars on the 23rd, it also was on the 29th degree of Capricorn. And then later that day, it moved into Aquarius. So we had Mars on the 29th degree and then Neptune on the 29th degree. Okay. So I find respite when I'm able to look at the astrology and it's like, boom, yeah, I can see it's going to be rough. I don't have to know exactly how it's going to be rough. And so let me tell y'all about what we have next, which is Mars is going to conjunct Pluto. All right. Let's see. Is this going to, yeah. So you can see here, Mars conjunct Pluto. And I put a little red asterisk there because Mars and Pluto are they're rough. All right. I want to speak truthfully to you all, but I do want to not upset your nervous system. So I just have to say Mars is action, Pluto is intensity. So those are some ways that we can think about these planets. Like, okay, take action, intensity. Mars is power. And so this is a meeting that can bring, the feeling empowered to take action. And it's happening in Aquarius. And Aquarius wants to get a breakthrough. Aquarius wants to make advancements. And it wants to shoot for the stars. It's shooting out to the future, right? So this is a new opportunity for us to begin to go in a new direction and maybe get some new goals. But these goals are stemming from us feeling empowered to take this action. But both of these planets have every planet has a positive and negative manifestation. And so the negative manifestation is Mars is fighting, Pluto is destruction. And so, I don't know because they're being close to one another. Are we done? Have we already seen enough? That's how I feel. Have we seen enough? Problems with electricity because Mars conjunct, the sign that they're in, Aquarius, has to do with electricity. So I know a lot of people are out of electricity. Aquarius is actually not a warm sign. And so, it's in the winter time. And so electrical problems during this winter storm, this unexpected, this intense winter storm, that kind of thing has been happening. I don't know if we've seen it all. I'm like, I'm good. Mars, Pluto, we're good. Let's just meet and all of us feel empowered to take action towards our goals. Let us all feel empowered to come together. Here's one for the collective. Come together within the collective and let's start working together. All right. Let's feel empowered to do that. Um, so yeah, that's what I want to share with you all. This is the other thing that made me say this is a rough time. So I want y'all to move slowly, move deliberately, move with intention, because this can make you move super fast and then something can happen. And it's like you want to take care of yourself. All right. I do my best not to be planting suggestions by not saying the words, but I want y'all to understand the negative aspect of what I'm saying. It's like I want you to catch it without me having to say it. Because I don't want to be passing you know, hypnotic suggestions. Let's see here. Do I have anything else? Okay. So the other thing is with this particular one, this can really help you in terms of your goals. We're at the beginning of the year. We don't have to set all of our goals at January the 1st and stick with them. We can be looking at those goals now. Okay. So revisit your goals. Revisit your goals. Also, I don't well, let's see if something happens with the stock market, because Aquarius can be associated with the stock market. It could be associated with financials in general. It is the sign of being gainful. That does not mean everybody will be gainful. If you're Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, maybe you will be gainful. But I will say it is a sign that has to do with being gainful. So on the collective level, maybe this is a new way for us to be gainful. Okay. Um, there is a level of detachment that Aquarius has, and it can make us a little bit more detached. And it's not bad detachment, because Aquarius is highly intelligent, and it's sciency. And so it's more of like this detachment where you can really see. All right. So I love that. I love that. Okay. So that's what I want to share about um, Mars meeting Aquarius and Pluto. So next is Mercury and Venus. They are meeting over here on January the 29th. And what I love about that is it's not a harsh transit. I'm loving that. Yeah, we need to get to the 29th, January 29th. And I just want to say happy birthday to two of my friends. One definitely won't look at this, but there may be one who lives in Nashville who sees this. And happy birthday, Queen. One of my sister priestesses. But anywho, um, this can kick off new beginnings in terms of relationships, because Venus is a relationship planet. Mercury also has to do with connections and networking. So there, Mercury and Venus meeting, it can bring up some relationship topics. Um, it could bring up some new meetings, like maybe you meet somebody, but it's unexpected, or you meet somebody and they're different, because Aquarius is weird and wacky. So I love that. Um, Also, Mercury is ideas. And so Venus has to do with money. So maybe it'll bring you some ideas around money. And Venus is also pretty creative. So she could bring you some ideas about, that you need for creativity. And the two of them coming together means that something new is kicking off. So I want you to keep your eyes open for what new things are coming your way. Okay, let me continue to look at my notes. I like taking notes. Um, yes. Also, there also could be something around technology that comes up. Mercury is definitely connected to technology. Aquarius, where they're meeting, is about technology. So maybe there's some kind of way that you'll collab with somebody on using technology, or you're just going to be considering how can technology support you. Now, another thing is because we are immersed in technology, maybe you're going to be looking at how can I be more detached from technology. So, yeah, those are things to consider with this Mercury Venus meeting. It's a week of new beginnings. That's the thing that I want y'all to think about. Neptune has moved into, let me put this up here. So it's a week of new beginnings. Neptune has moved into Aries. Mars meets Pluto. Mercury meets Venus. And that's largely what we have for this week. New beginnings energy. And I love that. I love that. I love that. We just had that new moon. I will say this week we're heading into the full moon. And we're also heading into a new season. When we think about the wheel of the year, we're moving into Imbolc. Um, one moment. Okay, so yay. February the 1st, we will have the full moon in Leo. And then also Imbolc begins February 1st, February 2nd. I don't get super legalistic. Typically I think February the 2nd, but I do know February the 1st too. So we're beginning this new season of Imbolc right with that Leo full moon. So largely this week is about new beginnings. But that Leo full moon is no joke. I thought I had it up here. But anywho, um, that Leo full moon. Oh, it just magically appeared, that Leo full moon. Hi, Leo full moon. Okay, so the Leo full moon is happening here at the 13th degree. I'll come back and make a little bit more of a video and talk a little bit more in depth about that. But as you can see, this moon is all alone over here in Leo. And there are 5 planets in Aquarius. They're not all exactly at 13 degrees opposite of them, but it's close enough. Okay. So that's a lot of planets that's opposing the moon. It could be a little bit stressful. But Leo is about the fun. So see what fun you can have. It's a moon in Leo. Leo is about tapping into the inner child and having fun and being creative. And something could be revealed to you. And the way I see it is the moon is by itself in Leo. And I just think that this moon is going to make a lot of people say, I'm just going to be who I was born to be. I don't care what the collective says about me is better. And this is my position from the goddess perspective. It is my position that if you show up and live your life, I was just telling my friend today, she did me a favor when she said to me, live your dharma and everything that you need, want, and desire will be brought to you. Live in alignment with your purpose. What are your gifts and your talents, sis? What are you waiting for? Express them to the world. And I don't care if you just do your thing. Like I've been creating music, I'm not sharing it with everybody right away. As a matter of fact, I listen to it a lot before I share it with anybody. And I just feel like, I share it with just a few people. It's people who I am sort of connected to on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes that's just good enough. I've been posting my new music on my podcast, and I just feel like, you know what? This is what I'm supposed to do, and it doesn't have to be big and grand. I'm doing it for the sake of, I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. And I don't consider myself to be a musician or, I definitely don't have the gift of singing. But what I do have is the gift of divination. And my way of helping people to receive it, have access to it, and use it. And I have the gift of writing. And so I just write my little songs and use up all my little credits in Suno until I get a version of it that I like. Um, and yeah, I'm just gonna live, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And I don't feel like I have to be Oprah. And so that's my point to you. You do not have to be this person that's, giving away all this stuff, and you have to do this on a big and grand scale. This is just something that is, I do believe that some people are here to be well known and famous. And some people know that from a young age. But the majority of us have an idea that that's what is needed. And actually, that's not what is needed. What is needed is for you to show up, be who you came here to be authentic to you, show up, and no matter what the collective says, you tell them when I show up and I am who I'm supposed to be, when I show up and live my destiny, when I tap into my inner creativity, it will make your life better. Believe me. Okay? So, I just encourage you to use this full moon. Well, I think a lot of us are going to get to that point with this full moon. There will be things happening on the collective level where I think that this full moon is going to be, let's just say, I think it will be eventful in the collective level. Aquarius is the people, and Leo are the leaders. And what's being revealed is Leo, okay? And Leo is going to, another thing about this moon, this is something else I want to tell y'all. This moon is going to start showing you some stuff you need to let go of, because these eclipses are moving into Leo and Aquarius. We have a first Aquarius eclipse, and the part of the eclipse that's in Aquarius is the North Node. And so, yeah, that North Node is about new beginnings. And the part that will be in Leo, South Node. And so I just think it's gonna be very telling on the collective level. And I have to talk about the collective because Aquarius is the collective. It's one of the reasons I'm just going on and on and on today about the collective. Also, anytime we talk about planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, collective. Those are social and collective planets. Although Jupiter and Saturn can bring us personal transformation, they are still social planets. So in part, sometimes this astrology is almost like, yeah, it's about the bigger picture. So yeah, that full moon, Aquarius has all those planets. We'll probably be so detached. I don't know if this will be an emotional moon. This probably won't be. Now it could be high emotion, but it won't be tears. When we get to that, I don't know, if we have something happening in one of the water signs, say for instance, maybe there's going to be some tears. But a full moon in Aries with this many planets in Aquarius, we will feel nothing. We will feel nothing. We will get to see how Aquariuses feel. So y'all, the full moon is a time to celebrate. So I hope that you celebrate, and it's a time of where you may be completing something. Maybe there was some long range goal that you had and you find that you've completed it. I'm giving you some snaps, sister. Okay, I see you. So yeah, be sure to celebrate at this moon and enjoy. Enjoy. It's a very telling moon. So yeah, pull out your pen and paper and write some things down. So let's do a quick reading. Hey. Okay. I stopped the recording so I could pull from the Oracle decks. And so the first one is from my Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. I love this, the Fire Crone. And I can tell you that's a little bit of this talk that I was talking about with Neptune and Aries. Okay. Um, although I will say, Aries just got into Neptune just got into Aries. So, yeah, it's not Crone energy necessarily, but that 29th degree is Crone energy. So, ooh, interesting. This particular Crone or card, if I hold it up close, maybe you can see, right? Let me see here, right there is a Leo sign. All right. And what is the moon into this week? Leo. Okay. So, Fire Crone is the phoenix rising from her own ashes, reborn through the fire of transmutation. She is ascended form and new creation of the earth. We talked about this. Oh my God, this. The goddess of transmutation brings her creative force to you to release the old form in yourself so that you may ascend fully into a new way of being. The Phoenix Crone embodies the transmutation that transforms every aspect of your former self into a new frequency and reality. And I just want to say really quickly that Pluto with Mars meeting it, that could be some crone, phoenix rising type energy, transmutation, dying to the old, becoming something new. I mean, Mars is actually a planet that is associated with both through ruling both Aries and Scorpio. And so, Aries is this new beginning and this rebirth. And then Scorpio is this sign that has to do with, transformation, and it's like literally the phoenix rising, and it's meeting with Pluto, which is also associated with Scorpio. So there could definitely be some transmutation, this deep transformation this week, but we may not actually see it until the Leo moon. Okay. Okay. So let her initiate you into this great life change by releasing your attachments to all that served you yesterday, that you may be purified, electrified, and transmuted now. So, yeah, uh, you know, this is a week of new beginnings. And so I always think to myself, humans and our subconscious minds, we resist change because we're looking for homeostasis. And so when change comes, it can feel scary. But change is not necessarily bad. It is a fact of life. Okay? So, yeah, I just encourage you to be open to change. And I love this second card that I pulled, which is from my Black Tarot deck, and I pulled the Three of Baskets. Immediately, when I saw this card, I was like, "Oh, I like this card right here. I like this card. Let's go. Let's go, Black Tarot." So let me tell you, this is the card. This is what we need to do this week. So the traits of this card is collaboration and support. And the description is that three women rest on a blanket enjoying grand food and grander company. They understand that one of the most significant forms of wealth is mutual support. The Three of Baskets is a call to celebrations and reunions. So, I even talked about that Mercury and that Venus meeting together. So maybe this week, it's like make a commitment to get some support, find some people to hang out with. If you've lost connections with people, find a way to get reconnected. With Mercury and Venus meeting in Aquarius, it is all about friend groups, okay, or people who have shared interest. So, yeah, I love that. And it's about reveling in wins on all levels. Full moon. It's time to give and receive, hold and be held, support and be supported. And remember, you are enough. You've always been enough. And allow yourself to be loved as you are and to love others as they are. Embrace the equitable exchange of giving a lot, but also receiving a lot. So, who is this for? Okay. I love that. The Three of Baskets ask you to focus on how your individual gifts can be amplified as a whole. I said that. It's all about you showing up, being who you came here to be, and using those gifts and talents and living in alignment with your dharma, your purpose, your destiny. Consider how you can celebrate others in mind, body, and spirit. Connect with a tribe that uplifts you. Wow, this is so Venus and Mercury meeting this week. Take time to create space for the sheer joy and love with others. walk in alignment where all can prosper and flourish. And so that is very much Aquarius type energy. Aquarius wants equality, equity. It wants everybody to have the same options. Everybody may not take all of those options, but it's like the whole society, there needs to be well being, right? And so, one of the things, and you'll see a video that I'm releasing this week where I had my brother put together some clips from when I was talking in 24 about what this time is about. It's about us taking time to rewrite history. We are the ones that are crafting history right now. And then I stitched in Dr. Heather Cox Richardson because she said exactly what I have been saying, but she's a historian. And so this is our time, y'all, to make a stand and say, this is what I am calling in. This is the society that I want. And so I had a revelation the other day, and there's a group here. We call ourselves the Murfreesboro Three. It's me and two of my friends. And I said every day for 14 days, we're going to text each other what we want, because it's so easy right now to focus on all the things that are so bad. The media is doing all it can for better or for worse to stuff, as much news into our minds and details about it and commentary about it as we can take, right? And so it's so easy to be consumed with all the things that are disturbing and wrong. But by the same token, because we are now the crafters of society, it's important for us to take that time to think about, what is it that I am calling in? And I want you to do that personally. I want you to see a future for your family. And I want you to see a future, the one that you desire for this country as well as this world. So, wow. Okay. Um, so yes, pause to take note of who is in your circle and who is in your corner. And make sure you work with them, you connect with them. Okay. So that's what I have for you all this week. Thank you all so, so much for being here. I appreciate you. Again, Tyra Omilade here to support all of my sister friends out there and living in alignment with your destiny, walking in your dharma. And we're doing that through tapping into the ancient wisdom of our ancestors, tapping into the ancient memory of goddess wisdom that lies deep within our wombs. I appreciate you. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the music, and we're going to take it out with some music. I'm just going to start it up where it was so you can hear the rest of this. Oh, let me just give you a little bit of the backstory. So, I created a song for the goddess because I wanted a song that sounds like what I want and has the words that I want, that was about the goddess. And I didn't even really know what this AI music thing was. But then I found Suno and decided, you know what? I'm going to see what this is about. Can I create a song that is an anthem? And then after that, I started infusing one of the songs, which is a morning song. And all of this is on my podcast. You can look in the description box and I'll link you directly to the podcast on my website. You don't even have to have listened through your podcast system. You can just play it right there on my website. But you can listen to all the songs that I've uploaded. And one of them is a morning song. I have two morning songs actually. And I decided, oh, I'm going to put the Odu of the year in there. That Odu is a wisdom text and it's called O'Shea. And then I thought, oh, I want an evening song because I want songs where I can, it's like I'm an adult, I know, but I need somebody to say something sweet and special and loving and kind to me as I wake up and as I go to sleep. And I decided I'm just going to write down what I want to hear. And then I just use Suno to create the voice and the music. Then I thought, well, I have another song where I want to, I just hear this song inside of me with this Odu. the second Odu song I actually created is Oyeku. And then I decided, okay, I'm gonna go on ahead and do Ogbe. I heard Ogbe knocking on my brain and on my soul, like, hey, make my song. And so I'm gonna share Eji Ogbe. Eji Ogbe is here. And Eji Ogbe is the first, there's 16 and uh they are in an order. There's an order to them. And the first one is Eji Ogbe. And that's what this song is about. You don't have to be a part of the tradition or anything like that. Just enjoy. Just enjoy. And I just give thanks to the ancestors and the Odu for giving me this opportunity to share this music. So yeah, I have multiple versions of this song. I had words that were misspelled, and AI just pronounces the words any old kind of way. Not any old kind of way. It does mispronounce words that are spelled correctly, like ally. Kept calling it ally. I was like, okay. But if I have misspelled words, just one place where I have extra word there, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I've got to do better in the future with refining my words. But anywho, in trying to get the perfect edition, I have many Eji Agbe. So I'm gonna play one that's just fun. Oh no, this one is the perfect one. This one is the perfect one after I cleaned up all the words. Yes. So enjoy.
Oh, it's time for daylight, it's time for new beginnings. Ogbe's here, time to get clear. Bring the energy, it's time to grow. Open yourself to wisdom. You don't yet know Ogbe's here.
Enjoy.
Bring the energy, it's time to grow. Open yourself to wisdom. You don't yet know Ogbe's here. Time to get
and this is on my
podcast. Open yourself to wisdom. You don't yet know Ogbe's here. Time to get forces here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ogbe first light. Ogbe first light. Baba Ogbe, you are so wise. Baba Ogbe, share your wisdom. Speak to us. Open our eyes. Baba Ogbe, bless us with your wisdom. Ogbe is here. Time to get clear. Bring the energy, it's time to grow. Open yourself to wisdom. You don't yet know Ogbe is here. Time to get clear. Oh yeah. Ogbe is the mirror that shows you who you are. Time to stand in front of your own mirror and ask, am I truly seeing what's in front of me? Or just what I want to see? Ogbe brings the light to see the truth so you can grow. Evolve and walk aligned with your destiny. Ogbe promise success, support, and inner clarity, but only if you are aligned with truth and order.
I can't sing it because sometimes I don't like that. But I wrote it.
Avoid being scattered or distracted. Focus is your ally. You are being offered spiritual strength and the chance to renew your path. Be intentional. Be ethical. Let your choices flow from wholeness, not ego. Who speaks true Ogbe? Whose wisdom flows to us? Obatala, king of the white cloth, father of the Orisha, Orisha, La Oba Orisha. Iba Obatala, we honor you. Iba Obatala, thank you for your wisdom. Iba Obatala, we honor you. Iba Obatala, thank you for your wisdom.
Come on, speak to us.
Edgy obey their first light, but don't be blinded in your sight. See things for what they really are. Focus on fundamentals, character, clarity, consciousness. Remember, wherever you stand is holy ground. Your head is heaven, your feet are earth.
All right, let's take it home.
Edgy obey first light. Edgy obey first light. Edgy obeys here. Time to get clear. Bring the energy, it's time to grow. Open yourself to wisdom. You don't yet know edgy obeys here. Time to get clear.
Thank y'all for being here.
Edgy obeys here. Time to get clear. Oh yeah.